So this is the 2008 mazdaspeed3 Grand Touring, 6-speed manual. This is the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder DISI turbo. Super clean car. It's got some nice 18s on it. Just look down the side of the panels here, just looking at the paint matching and everything like that. Just looking at its brakes, got some painted calipers here, and it does have the cross-drilled and slotted rotors. It also has the little windbreakers there and on top of the windows. It's also got the rear slotted, cross-drilled. And with the GT Speed 3, also you get these clear lens lights in the back, the white ones. Only the GT has that. It's got the nice little rear spoiler back there. Just looking again. Same on the other side. It's got the nice stock body kit that comes with it. Of course, the same for the front. And then if you notice down here, it does have the yellow fog lights, spray painted yellow. And of course the Mazda symbol there is all blacked out. I'll just give you a look at the interior right now at this point on this car. Outside does look beautiful. Alright, we're going to take a look on the inside. Of course, it's got the cloth sort of stuff here on the sides. You do have the Bose, which comes with the Grand Touring model specifically as well. Got this cool mazdaspeed3. Little signs down there at the bottom. Really nice seats. As you can see, it's leather up there with red stitching. And then it does have the cloth that says mazdaspeed3 in there. Speed. And then it's got some of the leather around the sides there as well. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside here. Really nice gauges. They all focus towards you. It's kind of like being in a rocket ship, which is really cool. You have your dials here for controlling the volume. Your basically, if you're setting the auto drive there, and then of course, as I mentioned, the 6-speed. Some of the dials and gauges here. Also with the back seats. Back seats don't have the mazdaspeed3 symbols on them. Then you get pedal covers down here, which come with this from the factory. Let's go ahead and take a look on the motor now. Alright, so just taking a look at the motor now. Of course, you have, first thing you notice is the top mount here, right here. Now, some of the parts that were actually upgraded on this car in terms of the motor here, so you got the air intake, the Cobb. You also have the Cobb inlet pipe, and that connects there from the air pipe, and it actually goes down into there. It's kind of hard to see. Also, it does have the JR short throw plate for the shifting. As you can see that right down there. It's for the short shift. Also, let's see here. As we're looking at it, it did have a down pipe on this before, and then again I think he just exchanged it back to the regular pipe because of the fact that it could not pass smog. Just looking here, there's a little leak down here if you can see it or not. that's coming from the power steering fluid, and the pipe's cracked, so that's going to need to be replaced. Something like that could cost, you know, 80 to 100 bucks depending where you go and get that. So just kind of looking down there, seeing what we see. It also has here BC coilovers, adjustable ones on both sides. And of course, with these wheels that are on the car, that's necessary because these wheels barely fit here in the wheel wells. So what happens a lot of time, specifically if you want wide tires like this one has, I believe it has 8.5s, that you do need to roll out the fenders in order to not scrape. As you can see, the fenders kind of come down and scrape on the edges of the tires there, and it screws up the inside of the wheel well. Alright, so let's go ahead and hear what that exhaust sounds like. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and give this a quick drive. First thing I know putting it in gear is how short it is to put it in the gear. It's got a really light gas pedal as well. You can feel how stiff it is already in the steering. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, that shifted is extremely short. As I shifted here, barely have to touch it and it goes in gear. I love the sound too of the blow-off valve. You can hear it, the turbo building up. I love that turbo spool sound. Car drives pretty stiff. It does have a motor mount on it, 80mm, so it makes it a very more of a stiff kind of sports car kind of drive. I like that feel to it. It's really awesome. Greatest thing is you barely have to give it any gas and it starts going. Oh, listen to that. Alright, I'm gonna give this thing a little gas, getting onto the roadway here. See how it handles this power. Gotta get used to this clutch. Wow, this tire just gripped like crazy. It doesn't have too much oversteer, surprisingly, for a front wheel drive, but you can kind of feel the wheel wants to get away from you when you start giving it a little more power. God, that sound of the tires just gripping and turbo spooling up. Love that sound. Makes driving a dream. Blow-off valve is awesome. Dang, just even the smallest of bumps on the road, you feel every little thing with the car being so low and the settings it has right now on the suspension. But this is a car I could definitely get used to. It's probably got around 280 horsepower or so with the modifications it has. Stock, it's at 265, so just up a little bit. The car drives great. I like it. I think that with the short shifter and all that, it doesn't have an upgraded clutch. However, just with that short shifter and the ease of the pedal, just to basically, you don't barely have to, you could just blow on it and the car will go. So just getting used to that, that catch, getting into gear and all that is the only thing I think that I'd have to get used to with this car. But other than that, this thing's awesome. For a 6-speed, this thing, it's fast. This thing is definitely a fast car. So I'll leave it at that right now. I'll bring up some more videos here shortly. Thanks for watching.